And hello people, today we're going to be making chocolate. Simple chocolate, 3 base ingredients. First up, cocoa powder. Second up, sugar. And third, coconut cream, or you can use coconut oil, whichever you really choose. Any other ingredients you want to add, like hazelnuts or sliced almonds, those will just be extra, but I'll also include them in this video. Alright, so first up, we got the hazelnuts that we're going to add. You're meant to roast them first, and you don't have a hammer, but I'm going to crunch them up a bit with a pot. Alright, now that they're crunched up, add them onto a baking tray. Got a bunch of sliced almonds on here. Just going to mix it all up anyway. Spread it around, and into the mini oven. And the mini oven, got it going for about 10 minutes on a, should probably up the heat a bit. What would that be, about 180, 190? Alright, next up it's time to prepare a water bath. To make a water bath, it's quite simple. Hot water in a pot. Turn said pot on. And then put another pot to float inside. You can also use a bowl instead. The whole purpose of this water bath is so we can put a lot of energy into the chocolate that we're going to be making, but not get it too hot. Next step, we're going to get some of this coconut cream. Now, this is the fat that sort of solidifies on top of said coconut cream. You just want to scoop out all of this fat stuff, because that's mainly what we're going to need. Alright, got pretty much most of the actual white stuff out. All what's left is some more transparent stuff now. A little bit of transparent stuff in here, but it's fine. We'll just let it dry up for a moment, you know. Well, unfortunately I had the hazelnut almond mixture up a bit too high, and most of it's now burnt. So yeah, probably take down to 150, and only really needs about 10 minutes at most. Probably 8 minutes really. So I took the coconut cream off the hot water bath. This was just to help it dry out a bit quicker. As long as you keep stirring it, should be all good. You just want to drive out some of that water, dry it up a bit, because you really want it to sort of start getting condensed. Yeah, it's dried up. Even on the last heat, it's starting to, you know, bubble up. So I'm going to move back into the hot water bath. And from here, I'm going to add about a cup of sugar. Remember, if you're unsure if it's salt or sugar, give it a taste. Only a few granules are needed. You're going to want to mix the stuff in. I've got a non-stick pan. Oh, beans. Don't like the extra weight being added in, that's for sure. Buoyancy is an issue. Anyway, mix that stuff in. Mix it in good. One thing I noticed is, yeah, the coconut fat turns from white to clear as it mixes in with sugar. Interesting. Anyway, just keep mixing it in. You want the sugar to really, truly dissolve in there. Now, it looks like it should have by now. Alright, now that's mixed in. Time to add about 2/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. And of course, mix that in. You'll note that it's still pretty lumpy after you mix it in for, well, only a couple of seconds. But really, you just gotta stick with it. Keep on mixing, get out all the lumps. You might have to add a bit more sugar, a bit more cocoa powder, just to really thicken the mixture up. Anyway, this hot water bath is again a bit not the easiest to mix things with. There we go. Now that's a bit more stable, I can do a bit more vigorously. Now's about the time that you want to start sort of adding your flavouring and things. Now I've got some almond essence. Do about a teaspoon or so of that and just mix it in. Probably going to add a bit more sugar and cocoa powder into here. Oh, you can smell that good. Anyway, I'll do that, heat it back up, And yeah, the hazelnuts and almond slices from before, I mean, they're a little bit burnt, but they can still be used. They can still be used. They're not too bad. They still taste right. Right, so I added another cup of sugar, so that's 2 cups of sugar in total, and another 2/3 of a cup of cocoa powder, so that's 1 1/3 cups so far, and this is thickening up quite nice. This is sort of the consistency that I was really wanting. Anyway, I still haven't quite mixed them in completely, so I'll be back in half a moment. Alright, you might be able to see, it might not. It's smoothed out quite a lot. Still going to keep it on the heat for another few minutes and stir it. Just really want to make sure it doesn't really have any actual lumps. It's sometimes hard to tell if those are actual lumps or air. But yeah, you just keep mixing. I think it was mixed up well enough. So now I'm mixing all the hazelnuts and bits. Hazelnuts, bit of almond. Just make it, that nice bit of nutty chocolate. Anyway, it's now time to put it into the mold. That being, in this case, a baking tray with non-stick paper. Just dump it in there. Gotta use 2 hands now. Alright. I took it over to a more even space. The other side had a sort of, slant to it. Anyway, you want to spread it out. Just generally, you can just tip it side to side. That works fine enough. After this, you'll be putting it in the fridge and letting it to set. Hopefully it sets. Alright, well, here's the chocolate that I made. Unfortunately, it's still a bit wet, per se. This recipe will need a bit more work to be done on before it's ready. However, you can just improvise for yourself. I mean, it still tastes young, according to the people that have eaten it so far, so there you go.